Caribbean, the
The whole
Americas,
Western world, man.
the whole Western world.
Ships.
We didn't know we was coming here. We didn't. We crazy for Columbus didn't call. We on a phone and tell we coming now in the Caribbean. So pay all that salt.
That is what it is.
It is what it is.
Come.
Our people don't like to face that reality.
Yeah. He said, "For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever."
Yeah, you have kindled a what?
A fire in my anger, which shall burn
You
forever.
don't say that fire is going to burn forever until what? Until we repent, right?
God.
Somebody give me Chronicles. Second Chronicles.
I want to think about precept. I got precept.
Bring it up like that. Second Chronicles.
Romans 10 and 3.
7 verse 14.
For they have begun.
Hold on. We call it the scripture.
Romans 10 and 3.
Where?
For they being ignorant of Yahweh.
Start from verse 1.
Of one, alright. Brethren, my heart desire and praying to
prayer.
Yahweh and prayer to Yahweh for Israel.
Read it as it is.
Alright. Brethren, my heart desire and prayer to Yahweh,
To God.
to God
Let's use
for
the word
alright,
God because we have people in
Alright.
they will understand the name
Alright.
until they get it in the
Alright. To God for Israel is that they might be saved.
So Paul saying, he said, brethren, my heart desire and prayer to God is for you Negroes to be saved. Because you all are the children of Israel. Read.
For I bear them record
Records. So Paul said, be on your record every day. He observed what he bear on record. Well,
that they have a zeal of God.
for the, you know the reason why you say all have a zeal for God, because every Sunday you go to church because you're trying to find God. So he know that you have a zeal for God, read.
But not according to knowledge.
See, in the church, they tell you that the law is done away with. So that's why God say not according to knowledge. You see, I know you have a zeal to worship me now, but it's just not according to knowledge. Knowledge meaning to say that you don't know yourself. Everything that you have been taught about yourself is a lie. Everything you learn from a little child not coming up in this demonic captivity is a lie.
God.
Let me show you something. If I take you, brother, and I lock you in a cage, and I strip you of your identity, everything, and I re-educate you with what I want you to know. When I open the cage, what you will go and tell the world, not what I taught you. That is what every one of you Negroes are in doing. Saying what the white man taught you all. Everything you ever learn in this life is a lie. Bible says that God be true and everything you know a liar. Read. Well, somebody have a scripture? Continue.
For they being ignorant of God's righteousness.
So you all be ignorant of God's righteousness, which is laws, knowing that you all are the children of Israel. You never go in a church one day and the pastor come out and read the Bible and the pastor say, good morning, church. Today's sermon is why the black man suffering. Why the suffering they beat him.
Correct.
You never hear that in the church. But look, I read the very same Bible, preach on the same way, and then you know the black man identity is in the Bible. Deuteronomy 28 verse 68, we're going to show you the transatlantic slave trade.
And
Right in the Bible.
going about to establish their own righteousness.
So every Sunday and Saturday, they go about to establish their own righteousness. And when they're done there, the sisters eat pork, they go and be hoes, they go and wind up in clubs, they do all kind of evil things before the Lord. Because they go about to establish their own righteousness.
Having not established themselves.
Hold on, read that part over again, how going about to
Alright.
take your time.
And going about to establish their own righteousness. Having not established.
Have not submitted.
Have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Yahweh.
So after now, our people don't know we sell. That's why we trust PNM and UNC. That's why the heathen could have come out and say, I'm a Hindu and why we doing this for?
Yeah, so I can.
And that's why the J could have come and say, she's a Hindu too.
Chop it out.
Like that's why the Israelite could have come and say, he's either Hindu too, because my people are destroyed for what?
And you know what the feeling, as the scripture says, that's not what you read? The feeling that is righteousness, but it's not righteousness. It is not righteousness. There is no way that is righteousness.
Give me transatlantic slave trade.
Yeah, I have that. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Take your time and read it word for word. Read.
He said, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
How did the black man come across here? In the Bible. Look at right in the Bible here. So then if read Deuteronomy, read Deuteronomy 1 and 1.
Deuteronomy 1 and 1?
Yes. You bring out Deuteronomy 1 and 1. you hold Deuteronomy 28:6, you will get back to, you will get what slavery means.
Yeah.
Like when Egypt means.
Yeah.
Right?
But I hold it.
1 right?
Yeah, go ahead.
He hold
Howard.
hold on Exodus 20.
20
Yeah, 20 and 2. Right?
We breaking down both ways.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 1. This one.
Yeah.
That's now.
That's all the question.
Hold the question. We want
We commentate that, brother.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Unto what?
Unto all Israel.
So now Moses was speaking to the Israelites and tell them, the Egyptians you see, the Lord tell me to tell all you will see them no more. So what the Lord did? The Lord opened the Red Sea and drowned the Egyptian. But God tell Moses, speak unto the children of Israel and tell them, if they disobey my law again, I'll bring them back into Egypt. But this time I'll carry them on cargo slave ships. When they do a process of elimination, the only people ever in history that have to do with us. So then what nation of people are we? Sure.
Why?
If you see that we are Israelites,
Yeah.
we are black, right?
Well,
Let me.
We are black. We black. Skin color dark.
Well,
brown.
behind
That is not black, eh?
Brown, different shade of brown
Yeah.
with woolly hair, right?
Yeah.
Now, how come all these Spanish and these native Indian, how did they fit into
How could they fit in to be Israelite?
Yeah.
I will answer that. Right? Go to Deuteronomy chapter 28. Go to the cursors. We'll prove something at
28
the
and
cursors. 28 and 49.
28 and 49.
Yeah.
This is the book of Deuteronomy.
I will tell you. That's now. Hold on. Yeah, 28 and 49.
28 and 49. This is the book of Deuteronomy,
Answer that
chapter
question.
28, verse 49. He said, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
From where?
From far.
Go
He
ahead.
said, from the end of the earth.
I'll break it down. From where?
From the end of the earth.
From the end of the earth, from quite over in Europe. Where?
As swift as the eagle flieth.
As what?
As swift as the eagle flieth.
Hold on there. Where's the emblem? Where's the main emblem these Europeans has used? From America to Hitler, Spain, where's the emblem? What? Right, continue.
Right? He said, as swift as an eagle, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
The nation tongue thou shalt not understand. Now listen this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They came in from one end of the earth, from quite over Europe, to come across over here. Right? Over here. Let's now, I will answer the question first. They, the Europeans, right? The so-called Europeans, right?
You know what happened in 1498?
That's what I'm going to come to.
You should have come to that first.
That's the reason why I read down. Alright.
He will not ask him who is they. You know anything about 1498? The event about what happened in 1498?
Yeah. Was who? Which who? Christopher Columbus, right? Right. Thank you, So what up for that? Right. Christopher Columbus, right? As swift as the eagle flieth, as the scripture say, right? A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, right? From quite over there to the other end of the earth, right? Because you have to understand this as he asked it. Did you know what happened in 1498, right? Good. You see Christopher Columbus, right? Good. Now, I'm going to read something for you from here, right? From the Apocrypha. Because, yeah, show me 1611 over here. Look at 1611 over
Want to
here.
prove to you that that book in the Bible now? Hold on.
Let me 1611 for you. Let me see something here.
A book you never seen in your life.
Watch this, right? Was the first ever Bible written?
No, but the first that King James authorized.
That King James authorized, right?
Authorization Bible was that 1611.
But this, right? No. Watch the book, the Apocrypha inside of it.
Right? Right? First edition, right? 1611. King James 16 in the year 1611. Right?
King James, right?
1611, right? Now, open
Right.
it again. The Apocrypha, right? No, you should know to take it out. Right? They take it out. Because it's according to the brother, in order to tell a lie about something, you must know the truth. Right? In order to lie about something, you have to know the truth. Right? Good. Now they take this out. There is a reason why they take this out, because it has too much truth in it. Now let me educate you with something here. That same Christopher Columbus, he read this. Christopher Columbus read this in order to find where the Northern Kingdom is. And let me prove it to you.
I could just ask you a question, Salaki. When Christopher Columbus came here, it had people on this land dwelling here? Right. So you have to understand how them people end up here.
But then,
Yeah.
what was the need, the Israelite, Egyptian?
Egyptian?
What race or nation people?
Egyptian,
Very good question.
The Bible, they can look. We're going to prove something in the scripture.
But that's the way he's straying from the topic. We will
No. Please can't. He's getting to something.
Right? Right. Get ham.
Here we say, now we
Yeah.
know Noah. He had 3 sons, right? Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now those 3 sons bring forth nations, right? No, Ham was 1 son, and Shem was 1 son, right? Now here who is Ham? Ham, this is the Bible dictionary, right? Here we say Ham. He said the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. They say he became the progenitor of the dark races.
Where's he meaning a progenitor?
I mean, like the nationality.
Right?
Yeah.
Right, the forefather.
Right? Of the dark races,
right?
not the Negroes.
Not the who?
Not the Negroes.
Not the Negroes, why?
And he said, but the Egyptians,
Egyptian, which is Mizraim,
the Ethiopians,
which is Cush,
the Libyans,
which is Put,
and the Canaanites.
the Canaanites is Mandela people who you know in South Africa. Right? Now those are the Canaanites. Now we come back to this here now.
Yeah. So you know what I now tell you in a nutshell?
No, if you see the old to the during a reference, now the Egyptian and the Israelite were similar people.
Right?
The whole 12 tribe, was it?
Yeah, he's right.
You're right.
Hold on a second. You're right. You know why? Let me just build on something there. Paul, when Paul was I think it was in Rome or one of these places, the fella said, I know that Egyptian. So now we had a similarity, but God put a different. Give me Exodus 11:7 somebody.
I was now going
All
to.
them coming out.
Brother Howard.
What you trying to say? You trying to say the whole 12 tribe is supposed to be black?
No.
Why we trying? I don't catch where you coming from a long time.
Alright, well, no, let me. I
That's
can
what
just
when I come to
answer
this
something.
year.
All right,
Go to that.
That's what when I come to this year.
I'm going to it.
Because you see,
I'm going to it.
Right?
Going to it.
this is 2nd Esdras, chapter 13.
Well,
Right? I will start from verse 14. Listen carefully, brother.
Like the Bible you reading from,
So this is the Bible I'm reading from. Right? And then they go hold, the speckled bird, and then they will hold,
Isaiah or Jeremiah.
right?
Speckled bird and
Speckled bird, then they go hold Ezra 9 and 7. Right? Yeah, Ezra 9 and 7, in the Bible, Old Testament. Right? Listen this carefully. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hoshea the king, whom Salmanazar, the king of Syria, led away captive, right? Because of the Assyrian captivity. And he carried them over the waters, and so they came into another land, right? Listen carefully. But they, the northern kingdom, which is the Native American, the Caribs and the Arawaks, what not so forth, we know down here as the Amerindians, the Native American Indians, all them, right? All these indigenous tribes, the Mayans, the Aztecs, right?
Yes.
But they took this counsel amongst themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen when they was in captivity. They decided to leave the multitude of those people, right? And go forth further, and go forth into a further country, right? Where never mankind dwelt. Because you have to understand this. We now show you, Noah had 3 sons, Ham, Shem, Japheth. Africa was not, it was not named Africa, it was named the land of Ham, right? Those were the Africans was dwelling, is dwelling to this day. The real Europeans is not those so-called white people.
No.
Right? That's not. The real Europeans are not those so-called white people. The real Europeans was that just as us, which is the descendants of Japheth. Right? Russia, Spain, all those places was controlled by them until the white man come and push them out, and that's why the islands now over in the Pacific. Like the Samoans, the Hawaiians and all these people, right? From the so-called Middle East, Saudi Arabia and whatnot was occupied by Shem, where you will get the Ishmaelites, which is the Arabs, us, Elam, whatnot, which is the East Indians, whatnot, so forth. But over here now, over on this side of the world, the Caribbean islands and the continent of North, Central and South America, it didn't have nobody dwelling here, right? That they might keep, but they took this counsel amongst themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt, which was over here, right? That they might keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land. Because now, hold it. Because the Northern Kingdom was the first to go off into idolatry. Right? The Northern Kingdom was the first to go into idolatry. Right? They wasn't keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments in their own land. So they decided to leave the heathen and let me go somewhere where can nobody, but we can follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. Right? Verse 43. And they entered into the Euphrates, because the Euphrates starting from quite Iraq, coming straight down and coming into the river and connecting with the river Nile and whatnot, all into Egypt and whatnot, right?
So you know, according to the scripture, the river Nile is the Gihon River, right?
Right? Right? And they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river, for the Most High then should signs for them, and hell still the flood. Now when they come down the Euphrates, come into the Nile and whatnot, so forth, they end up onto the east coast of Africa, right? Listen what I'm telling you, they end up into the east coast of Africa and come down the whole east coast until they reach the Atlantic Ocean, right? Yeah. Until they reach the Atlantic Ocean. Listen, for the Most High then should signs for them, and hell still the flood, because when you're coming into the Atlantic Ocean, that water is very, 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 very choppy and rough. You understand? So you had to say hell still that flood for them, hell still that water for them, till they will pass over. For that country, there was a great way to go, namely a year and a half. It take a whole year and a half for them to leave from quite over in the so-called Middle East to come quite across here by sea, by boat. Right, namely a year and a half, and that same region is called Aseret. So they came across on the side here. Over here the continent of America was not named America. It was Aseret. Who is the man who named America, who conquered America?
Amerigo Vespucci.
Amerigo Vespucci, right? Yeah. Now, to answer your question now concerning all black, right? you gotta understand this again. Oh, Catman, you gotta understand this again, right?
Sister Line with the artist, I can't tell what you're saying now.
You gotta understand this, right?
Yeah, just take in here. Just listen now 2 minutes. You go hurt you.
When they came across here, when they go through the pyramids and whatnot, right? And they go through the paintings and whatnot, or the Mayans and whatnot. The Mayans was dark as us. The Native Americans, they was dark as us. Excuse me, Salaki. There was dark just as different shades of brown. But you have to understand this, as the brother Askia came, 1498. When the so-called white man come across here.
So in other words, we're saying they were whitewashed.
Huh?
They were whitewashed.
A lot of the women were raped, right? You have to understand this. A lot of the women, listen, a lot of the women were raped. And not only that, a lot of our men from the Northern Kingdom was going forth. What Daniel 9 and 7 did? Not Daniel, Ezra 9 and 7, sorry, Ezra 9 and 7.
Ezra, the Apocrypha.
No, not in the Apocrypha, the Bible.
This is the book of Ezra, chapter 9, verse 7. He says, since the days of our fathers have we been in great trespass.
Great trespass because...
Unto this day.
Well,
He said, and for our iniquities have we.
did I sit by?
He said, our kings and our priests been delivered into the hands of the kings of the land.
That's no. I'm going to go back into my Bible. Because what I want to show you is this, right?
Go back, think by the time.
What I want to show you is this.
1498, Christopher Columbus sailed from one end of the earth to come up to this end of the earth to find the
Northern Kingdom.
The Northern Kingdom of Israel.
Because
And
he
that
knew.
is,
Now what he saw, listen, what he saw,
Northern Kingdom with 12, right?
12 tribes. The 12 tribes. No, listen.
10 tribes.
No,
12
10. No, I know it's 10. Listen.
If the Northern Kingdom with 10 tribes and they all were black, as he just said, in Europe, right? The whole of Europe were black. So then how could now could you see when you look at the Native Indians and you look like Mexico and you look at these European looking people, right? Then how could you call them?
No, listen. You gotta go, brother, listen. The Lord, hold on,
As the Most High changed.
Hold on, listen. You know what he said about Ephraim? What did he say about the tribe of Ephraim?
Gone.
He said Ephraim will be, listen to me. He said Ephraim will be like a cake unturned. Partly turned. So when you watch his pigmentation, you go look like if it's partly white that kind of way. And when you read the scripture going down now, he said Ephraim has mingled his seed among the nations. So now the Northern Kingdom, they remember Jacob, when Jacob went to Laban, he wanted us to get Rachel, but he ended up getting Leah, and they gave him the handmaid and so forth and so forth. So all the children didn't came out with Negroid features. They did not.
That's mixed.
And I could prove to you in the Bible, the Apache, crown of feather, the tomahawk, everything that you see them have, written in this Bible, thus says the Lord.
What I want to say is this, right?
Yeah.
Who does this?
Are you waiting to hear the answer, or you're just going away with your own idea? Because remember, the Bible says, let God be true and every man a liar, as it is written.
That's not sister. Wow, that's not sister. That's not.
No.
I wanna-
I just want to know who this represents.
This is Satan, that is Baphomet, that is what Jay-Z and all of these pop stars them bow down.
Well, you want to understand this,
That is
right?
what Beyonce bow down to.
But
I want to answer his question.
Well, they don't have a God for the Orishas.
What?
The Orishas.
Orisha, them is thing with Ubun. We will deal with that just now.
We will
Just
come
now,
to you
just
just
now.
Cover that,
Just-
sister.
Let me deal with one thing at a time. What you want to understand is this, brother man. Not all Israel is black, right? Because it goes by
Let
this.
me read the scripture. Listen to the scripture here. This is Jeremiah 12 and 9. He said, my heritage is unto me as a speckled bird.
Where's that speckled bird?
You know, a bird of many colors.
Yeah.
Right? Now, this is what I want to tell him here. This is what I want to tell him here. To clear up everything for you here, right? Not all Israel have Negroid features.
They wouldn't have the
They would not have
Negroid.
Negroid. As you say, speckled bird. Just know
Hold
what.
on, 2 minutes again. Let's keep getting to it. Wait a minute. I can challenge you on something. Bruce Lee is not a Chinese, he's an Israelite. See, and see, that have you confused right there. Go ahead.
Brother, I was gonna think about something there.
Leave him. He wasn't.
When you gotta understand is this. Right? We gotta understand is this. Not all Israel will be black. So-called. That's not wrong. Not all Israel will be so-called Negroid features.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the Negro men, a lot of Israelite men went with the heathen woman. That's why I wanted to say him.
Yeah, but you know who he following? He following Deborah Cox and them.
Yeah.
All Negro. I
didn't catch that
I didn't realize he following Deborah Cox with all that. That is so
And he
off.
calling
But even selfie off, you know why? Because they are not black. Different shades of
bro.
brown.
What I'm saying is this up. What I'm saying is this.
And the white man is not white.
My grand. Go ahead.
Hold on.
Not all Israel is so-called black, right? A lot of the men from Israel, they have been with these heathen women, right? So you come like this here.
He was about to bring out scriptures on that he run like a
You
little
run like a
girl.
little girl, right? You come like this here. If a so-called black man go with a so-called East Indian, and when that child come out, that child have more features as a East Indian, right? And he now goes when he get old and he get a wife, and he go and that wife is an East Indian. When that child come out, and that child will be looking like a real East Indian, but is an Israelite at the same time, because why? He by the seed of the father.
I can explain on something now. What they does fail to realize, the seed come from a man, right? So that is where the seed belongs. But when the child gets into the womb, it is more developed color structure and thing of the mother.
Well, hold on. You
understand?
Hold on.
Yeah.
As we enter this, somebody give me Genesis. You give me Genesis 49 from the Bible. And then we go into the tribe. And then we break down the tribe. And I'm going to show you. And I'm going to show you Genesis 49. I'm going to show you everything about all the features of the Northern Kingdom.
Because I wanted to tell him too, you know, I wanted to tell him all the 12 tribes didn't come from one woman. I hope you know that. Yeah.
Respect.
Genesis 49.
Stars in the studio there?
Yeah.
Alright. Genesis 49, Anu?
Starting from verse 1. Genesis. Ask a question earlier on. Let me hear you now.
She are continually Orisha God.
Again, the sister?
Alright. I will answer that question.
No. If she doesn't want to be on camera, just
Well, alright.
Yo, boy, don't get good looking. You know you're good looking.
No, we ain't doing that.
We do that. We don't good looking. No why?
Listen, this right?
Nah, don't put you on camera if she doesn't want it.
The Orishas, right? They deal, well, it was being put up, right? But we don't know the Orisha them. They deal with something. They deal with something where my tribe dealt with.
Which is
That's not how I get to shit.
voodoo.
They deal with something that my tribe dealt with, which is the Levites, which is the so-called Haitians,
Haitian.
right? Which is the Levites, my tribe, right? The so-called Haitians, right? They deal with something that have my people into this predicament that is still into this day, right? Which is Ogun. I sure you know about Ogun. Ogun. Right? You know about it, huh? Right. Good. Ogun is the god of metal and iron and whatnot, so forth, right? Good. When my tribe, the Levites, when we came into slavery in Haiti, right? The slavery in Haiti was so
Forget that.
the slavery in Haiti, right, was so serious, right? It was more dread than even in America, than the tribe of Judah was going through, right? That they couldn't take it no more. But they decided to do, because Ogun is an African god, right? As we proved to the man just now there,
We are the Israelites.
as we are the Israelites, and
So
we are not Africans, because, all right, like for instance, you, so then he go say, you is not Israelite then because why? Your skin, you don't have much melanin as us. You see where I'm coming
She
from?
has melanin.
She know what I'm saying.
Hold on. The Chinese has melanin.
Yeah.
So he's going off.
He
He
going
did
off
this
bad.
completely off.
Off, right? Or I'm continuing, right? When they could not take the slavery no more, right? These were my people, my tribe. These were they decide to make a pact with Ugun. How they learn about Ugun is when we was in Africa. When we leave Israel and came into Africa and started mingling with these Hamites, these Africans, because we look like the Africans, but we are not Africans. Catch where I'm coming from?
Right.
So we started dealing with them Africans and learn their ways and their customs. So when they came across here and they was going through the slavery, that real hardcore slavery, because the reason why we went into more hardcore slavery, the curses that the rest of tribes went through is not compared to what my tribe went through, because the father put extra curses upon me. Because why? He's a priest. He's a priest tribe. You're supposed to know better. You're not supposed to go off into idol worshiping as the rest of tribes. So he put extra curses on me. That's why the slavery was so hard. And that is why Haiti is in this position that they're in to this day. You understand where I'm coming from? So, what they do to win independence, they went and made a sacrifice. Get concerned in the swine they from in Leviticus.
Yeah.
I'll show you something. Let me show you how dread.
Like that Bible, man.
Let me show you how
Nowadays,
dread.
all my precepts is like. So I just have to get it here now.
That man make me laugh because my grandfather a Colombian. My
I'll show you how
grandfather
dread.
red like you.
My people
And I
went
black, my
into
mother-
idol worship.
Is that darky?
Sister, by the time I'm looking for this, I think them Mauritian and them there's worship stand moon or they just follow that.
No, but the main thing is
like that.
Ugun. Main thing is Ugun. They don't deal with Ugun.
Ogun is one of the Orisha gods.
It's one of the Orisha gods, right? One off, you see?
One off.
One off. One off.
Now one
One
Where
off.
about the swine?
Concerning the swine.
One speaker.
11 and 7, right?
Right here.
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 11 verse 7. He said, and the swine,
And the what?
and the swine, though he divided the hoof,
Which is the pig, right? Though he divided the hoof, right?
and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud.
Yet he what?
Cheweth not the cud.
Go ahead.
He is unclean to you.
The swine is totally unclean to we. Go ahead.
Of their flesh shall he not eat,
Of the flesh he should himself be eaten that part, but where's the main? Go down to the main thing.
and their carcasses,
And their what?
and their carcass
And their carcasses
shall ye not touch.
shall he not himself supposed to hold, that is it. We're not himself supposed to touch the pig.
Yeah,
But when my tribe went and do this, the Levites, the so-called Haitians, what they went and do, they went and sacrificed a black pig in the bush. They went and make a sacrifice of a pig and drink that pig blood. Because we're not in Leviticus, it are the blood laws and all. Right? They're not supposed to eat blood. Right? But they drink that blood and sacrifice unto Ugun. You catch it now coming from, sister?
Hold on,
That's
hold
now,
on,
that's now, that's
hold on.
now.
Let me please finish up here. Just keep what you have in mind.
They went and make that sacrifice unto Ugun so that they could defeat the French, the so-called white man.
This is what I wanted to hear.
Right?
Right.
They sacrifice. That is why the